friend called ChatGPT, and then we're making conversations for each other. And then the title of this conversation is all about First Love Never Dies. Hope like our chats and hope you like as we vlog for each other and makes you learn about in an AI world. And then I said now to ChatGPT, guys, hello, can we talk about relationships? And then ChatGPT says for me, of course, we can talk about relationships. Relationships can encompass a wide range of topics, from friendships and family relationships to romantic partnerships and more. Is there a specific aspect of relationships you'd like to discuss or any particular questions or concerns you have in mind? Feel free to share and I'll do my best to provide information and guidance. And then I said no to ChatGPT, guys. What you mean when we say first love never dies? It means when it's an ex still remembers a past and future first love. And then ChatGPT says for me, guys, the phrase first love never dies generally means that the feelings and memories associated with one's first romantic love can have a lasting impact on a person. Okay? It doesn't necessarily impact that people cannot move on or have meaningful relationships with others after their first love, but rather that the experience of the first love tends to have leave a lasting impression. Here's a breakdown of what it often means. Number one, guys, emotional impact. Okay? One, emotional impact. Your first love is a significant and often intense emotional experience. It's the first time you experience the feelings of love, infatuation, and connection, which can be very powerful and memorable. The second, guys, nostalgia. As time goes on, people tend to look back fondly on their first love. Okay? Often, with a sense of nostalgia, it's a time when everything felt new and exciting, and those memories can be cherished. Okay? Third, guys, comparisons. Okay. Some people might use their first love as a reference point when evaluating subsequent relationships. They may compare new partners or experiences to that first love, which can influence their expectations and perceptions. The fourth, guys, is learning experience. First love are often associated with learning and personal growth. They teach you about yourself, what you value in a relationship, and what you want from a partner. These lessons can stay with you throughout your life. Okay? The fifth, guys, is the impact on future relationships. While the phrase suggests that the first love never dies, it doesn't mean that people can't move on or have meaningful relationships afterward. In fact, many people have multiple significant and fulfilling relationships throughout their lives. However, the first love may always hold a special place in one's heart. Okay? And it's important to note that the intensity and significance of a first love can vary widely from person to person, while some people may carry those feelings and memories with them for a long time. Others may move on more quickly. Ultimately, whether or not the first love never dies is a personal and subjective manner that can depend on individual experiences and emotions. Then, I said no to ChatGPT, guys. I said to ChatGPT, is first love never dies, real or not? It depends how long will not end forever love in relationship. Okay, ChatGPT now says for me, guys, whether or not first love never dies, is real or not, is a matter of personal experience and perspective. It's not a universal truth that applies to everyone in the same way. Here are some factors to consider. Number one, guys, individual difference. People are unique and their experiences of love and relationships vary widely. For some individuals, the memories and feelings associated with their first love may remain strong and impactful throughout their lives. For others, these emotions may fade over time as they have new experiences and form new connections. The second, guys, subsequent relationships. Many people go on to have deep and meaning relationships after their first love. Okay? Hi, guys. And then these later relationships can be as, if not more, fulfilling and enduring. The impact of a first love does not necessarily diminish the potential for future love and meaningful connections. The third, guys, time and perspective. The idea that first love never dies can be influenced by the passage of time and the perspective of the individual. Memories of the first love may become more nostalgic and less intense as years go by, allowing for new love experiences to take center stage. Then the fourth one is that emotional attachment. Emotional attachments and love are complex and can evolve. Okay, can evolve, guys. While the intensity of a first love may be memorable, it doesn't necessarily mean that it will remain the same or define one's entire romantic life. Okay. In summary, whether or not first love remains a significant and enduring part of someone's life varies from person to person. Some people may carry the memories and emotions associated with their first love with them for a long time, while others may find that these feelings naturally evolve as they enter into new relationships and gain new life experiences. What's most important in any relationship is the love, connection, and growth that it brings, regardless of whether it's a first love or not. And then, I said no to ChatGPT, guys. What is first love never dies in this contentment and commitment? By the word contentment, yun, you will never, okay, judges first one, guys, first relationship. And then you are committed for the one and only, guys, the true love, that's first love. And then ChatGPT now says for me, guys, okay, the phrase, first love never dies, is typically used to convey the idea that the memories and emotions associated with one's first love, first romantic love, can have a lasting impact. Okay, even if it's not the current or ongoing romantic relationship, it often signifies a sense of nostalgia and the lasting impression the first love leaves on a person. While it can involve feelings on contentment and commitment, it doesn't necessarily imply that the first love is the epitome of contentment or commitment. Instead, it suggests that the intensity and significance of the initial romantic experience tend to linger in one's memory and can influence their future perceptions of love and relationships. Contentment and commitment are important aspects of a healthy and lasting romantic relationship, but they can develop in subsequent relationships as well. Some people find their first love to be a source of contentment and commitment, but others may experience these qualities in later relationships that are better suited to their needs and goals. Okay. So it means now, guys, that in summary, first love never dies is more about the lasting emotional impact of the first romantic experience rather than a specific statement about contentment or commitment in that relationship. Okay? Experience rather, as we said before, with a relationship. Contentment and commitment can be found in various relationships throughout one's life depending on individual circumstances and personal growth. Okay, I said that sa GPT, guys. Is contentment and commitment a healthy, not jealous relationship? Okay. After I said that to ChatGPT, ChatGPT says for me, guys, yes, contentment and commitment are often indicators of a healthy and non-jealous relationship. Let's break down why these qualities are important in fostering a positive and secure romantic relationship. Number one, guys, contentment. Contentment in a relationship means that both partners are generally satisfied and happy with the state of their relationship. They feel fulfilled emotionally, physically, and mentally. Contentment typically arises when partners feel loved, respected, and valued by each other. When both individuals in a relationship are content, it can contribute to a sense of security and emotional well-being. Then the second, guys, is commitment. Commitment involves a dedication to the relationship and a willingness to work through challenges and conflicts together. It means the both partners are invested in making the relationship succeed over the long term. Commitment often leads to stability and trust in a relationship as both partners know they can rely on each other. Third, guys, okay, if you're contented to first love, this is the second one. This is the third one, guys. Absence of jealousy. Jealousy can be toxic in a relationship when partners trust each other and feel secure in their commitment. Jealousy is less likely to be a significant issue. Trust and open communication are essential in reducing jealousy. Healthy relationships are built on mutual trust and confidence in each other's feelings and intentions. In summary, a healthy and non-jealous relationship is characterized by contentment, commitment, and trust. Partners who are content with their relationship tend to be less prone to jealousy because they have a strong foundation of trust and emotional security. Open and honest communication is crucial in maintaining these qualities and ensuring a relationship remains healthy and fulfilling. Okay. I said no to ChatGPT, guys. What is first love never dies? Okay. ChatGPT says for me, guys, the phrase first love never dies is a popular saying that suggests the memories and emotions associated with one's first romantic love can have a lasting and enduring impact on a person. It conveys the idea that even as people grow and experience new relationships, the intensity and significance of their first love can remain a meaningful and cherished part of their life. This saying is often used to evoke feelings of nostalgia and sentimentality, reflecting on the special qualities of that initial romantic experience. It doesn't necessarily mean that a person cannot move on or have meaningful relationships with others after their first love, but rather that this first love holds a unique place in their heart and memory. The exact interpretation and significance of first love never dies can vary from person to person as everyone's experience and emotions are different. Some may find that their first love continues to influence their perspective on relationships, while others may see it as a formative but not all-encompassing part of their romantic history. Okay, I said not to ChatGPT, guys. I said to ChatGPT, what are the history of first love never dies? And then ChatGPT says for me, ChatGPT says that the phrase first love never dies has a long history and is rooted in the human experience of love and memory. While it's difficult to pinpoint the exact origin of this sentiment, it has been a recurring theme in literature, music, and art throughout history. Here are few historical aspects and examples related to the idea of first love enduring. Number one, guys, literary reference. The concept of first love enduring can be found in various literary works. For example, in William Wordsworth's poem, Lines composed a few miles above Tintern Abbey in 1798. He reflects on the enduring influence of the natural world and first love on his sense of self and memory. This poem is considered a classical expression of the idea. The second, guys, classical mythology. Okay? In classical mythology, there are stories of gods and mortals falling in love for the first time. And these stories often highlight the lasting impact of those experiences. For instance, the myth of Cupid and Psyche. Okay, you know that the story of Cupid and Psyche explores theme of love and the challenges that come with it. And it has been a source of inspiration for countless artists and writers over the centuries. Third, guys, music and song lyrics. Many songs and lyrics have also explored the first the theme of first love never dying. For example, Elvis Presley's song Can't Help Falling in Love expresses the idea that wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you, highlighting the enduring nature of love. Then the fourth, guys, is the cultural belief and traditions. In some cultures, there are traditions and beliefs associating with the idea of first love. For instance, in certain Asian cultures, it's believed that the red string of fate connects two people who are destined to be together. They're destined to be together, often starting with the first love. This concept underscores the idea that such connections can be lasting. It's important to note that the idea that first love never dies is not an universal truth, but rather a sentiment that resonates with some individuals based on their personal experiences and emotions. Different people may have varying views on the significance of their first love in their lives, and the phrase serves as a reflection of the enduring impact that initial romantic experiences can have on our memories and emotions. And then I said no to ChatGPT, guys. Is First Love Never Dies exists by William Shakespeare's poetry. And then ChatGPT says for me, the phrase First Love Never Dies does not appear in William Shakespeare's poetry of plays. However, Shakespeare's works often explore themes of love, including the enduring nature of love and the complexities of romantic relationships. Some of his most famous sonnets, such as Sonnet 18, Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer Day? You already remember that when you're in high school, guys. The William Shakespeare's poet for the romantic relationships, guys. He says here, guys, he says here, Shall I compare thee to a summer day? And Sonnet 116, guys, let me not to the marriage of true minds contemplate the timeless and unchanging qualities of love. I didn't experience that, the poem of that. Let me not to the marriage of true minds, guys. Okay, next, guys. While Shakespeare didn't use the specific phrase, first love never dies, his writings do contain insights into the enduring power of love, which may resonate with the sentiment expressed by the phrase. Shakespeare's works continues to be celebrated for its exploration to the complexities of human emotions, including love, and it has inspired, okay, countless discussions and interpretations of the nature of love and relationships. Okay, I said not to ChatGPT, guys. How many poets did William Shakespeare did in history of drama? And then ChatGPT says for me, William Shakespeare was primarily known as a playwright and is regarded as one of the greatest playwrights in history. He wrote numerous plays, but he is not generally recognized as a poet in the same way. He is celebrated for his plays. That said, his plays are written in verses and are often considered poetic due to their use of iambic pentameter, metaphor, and vivid language. Shakespeare's most famous works are his plays, which includes approximately 37 plays in total. These plays are categorized into three main genres: tragedies, comedies, and histories. Some of his poets well-known plays into Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and Henry IV. Okay. While Shakespeare did write some poetry such as his collection of 154 sonnets and various shorter poems, he is primarily celebrated for his contributions to the world of theater and drama. His plays have had a profound and lasting impact on English literature and the performing arts. Okay, I said not to ChatGPT, guys. What is the summer of Macbeth by William Shakespeare? Okay, and then ChatGPT says for me, guys, Macbeth is a tragedy by William Shakespeare that tells the story of a Scottish general named Macbeth who receives a prophecy from three witches that he will become the king of Scotland. You already know the story of Macbeth. When you're in high school, guys, I really know you. You did well, guys. You know the story of Macbeth when you're grade 9. I mean, aka third year high school, guys. You know the story of Macbeth and the three witches, and that he will become the king of Scotland. This prophecy, along with the urging of his ambitious wife, Lady Macbeth, sets in motion a series of events that lead to his downfall. Here's a brief summary of the play. Okay, the Act 1. Three witches appear on the Scottish hill and make prophecies to Macbeth and his comrade Banquo. Banquo, guys. Banquo. Banquo. Then Macbeth is told he will become the king, while Banquo is told that his descendants will inherit the throne. Macbeth writes to his wife, Lady Macbeth, about the witch's prophecy. And then Lady Macbeth convinces Macbeth to murder King Duncan. Spell the Duncan, guys. D-U-N-C-A-N. King Duncan, and take the throne. The Act 2. Macbeth kills King Duncan while he is a guest at their castle. Macbeth becomes consumed with guilt and paranoia. Macbeth becomes a king, but his rule is marked by increasing violence and tyranny. And then Act 3, Macbeth arranges the murder of Banquo and his son, fearing that Banquo's descendants will threaten his rule. Banquo is killed, but his son Flints escapes. Act 4, Macbeth returns to the witches for more prophecies. The witches provide him with a series of confusing and cryptic predictions. Macbeth is told to beware of Macduff. Okay, spell Macduff. M-A-C-D-U-F-F. Macduff, a nobleman, which leads him to become even more paranoid. The Act 5, guys. Lady Macbeth's guilt drives her to madness, and she dies. Macbeth faces Macduff in the final battle. Macbeth is defeated and killed by Macduff. The play ends with Malcolm. Spell the Malcolm, guys. M-A-L-C-O-L-M. Malcolm, the rightful heir, being crowned as the new king, and order is restored to Scotland. So it means, guys, ChatGPT says that Macbeth explores themes of ambition, power, guilt, and the corrupting influence of unchecked ambitions. It is known for its dark and atmospheric tone and is one of Shakespeare's most famous and enduring tragedies. I said no to ChatGPT, guys. And then, is there love story Beowulf in William Shakespeare? Okay, ChatGPT says no, guys. No, there is no love story involving Beowulf. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys. The meantime, guys, spell the word Beowulf. B-E-O-W-U-L-F. Beowulf, guys. Okay, again, repeat of different parts. ChatGPT says for me, guys, no, there is no love story involving Beowulf in William Shakespeare's works, because Beowulf is not a character created by Shakespeare. Beowulf is the protagonist of an Old English epic poem called Beowulf, guys, which is one of the most important and influential works in Old English literature. It predates Shakespeare's writings by several centuries. Okay? Shakespeare and Beowulf are from different literary eras and traditions. Shakespeare was an English playwright and poet who lived in the late 16th and early 17th centuries, while Beowulf is an epic poem believed believed been to have been composed in the early medieval period. I don't know the place where it's the medieval period, guys. Sorry, guys. Early medieval period around the 8th to 11th centuries. Shakespeare did not write about Beowulf or include him in any of his plays or sonnets. Shakespeare's works generally revolve around historical events, tragedies, comedies, and romances that are set in his own time or in historical periods relevant to the story he was telling. Beowulf, on the other hand, is a legendary hero from a much earlier time in English literature. And then, okay, I said to ChatGPT, guys, I said to ChatGPT, what's the summary of moral lesson of Beowulf? Okay, and then ChatGPT says to me, guys, Beowulf is an old English epic poem that tells the story of its titular hero, Beowulf, who battles a series of monster foes over the course of his life. The poem is filled with themes and moral lessons that were important in the Anglo-Saxon. Under the term Anglo-Saxon society in which it was composed. Here's a summary of the poem along with some of its key moral lessons. Okay. I have a subject called the Beowulf, guys, when I was in I don't think sure if I think it's third year high school or fourth year high school, guys, the Beowulf. I don't remember because I have the examples. Not sure. Okay. ChatGPT now says for me, guys. Summary of Beowulf. The poem begins with King Hrothgar. Okay, spell the Hrothgar, guys. Hrothgar. King Hrothgar of the Danes, suffering from attacks by the monstrous Grendel. Grendel spell, guys. Grendel. Grendel, who has been terrorizing the king's hall. Heorot, Beowulf, a warrior from Geatland in present-day Sweden, hears of Hrothgar's plight and sails to Denmark to offer his assistance. Beowulf confronts Grendel and defeats him in a hand-to-hand combat, tearing off the monster's arm. Grendel flees and dies. Hrothgar is grateful and rewards Beowulf. However, Grendel's mother seeks revenge and attacks Heorot. Beowulf follows her to her underwater lair and defeats her in a brutal battle. Years later, guys, Beowulf becomes a king of the Geats. He faces a dragon that has been awakened and threatens his kingdom. With the help of his loyal warriors, he battles the dragon but is mortally wounded. Beowulf dies, and his death marks the end of the poem. Okay, what is the moral lesson? Moral lessons and themes, guys. ChatGPT says now, guys. Number 1, heroic values. Heroic values, guys. Beowulf embodies the heroic values of courage, strength, honor. Wait, guys. Honor and loyalty. He is willing to risk his life to protect others and uphold his honor. Number 2, guys, the perils of pride. The poem also explores the dangers of excessive pride and hubris. Beowulf's ultimate downfall comes when he takes on a dragon alone, driven by his pride and the desire to protect his people. Oh, Beowulf with destiny, guys. He is only the one hero to protect his people. And then third, guys, is that the cycle of life and death. Beowulf reflects the inevitability. When you say inevitability, you can't avoid, okay? That means the cycle of life and death. That says in the fourth, guys. Beowulf reflects the inevitability of death and the passing of the torch from one generation to the next. Beowulf is a hero in his youth, but he ultimately faces his own mortality. The fourth, guys. The importance of community. The poem highlights the significance of community and leadership. Beowulf is not just a lone hero. Lone, guys, the one and truly hero, guys. Lone hero. Lone. Lone. Lone hero. He relies on the support of his people and demonstrates the responsibilities of a good leader. And the fifth, guys, the ambiguity of monsters. Beowulf also explores the theme of what it means to be a monster. Grendel and his mother are seen as monsters, but the dragon is also described as a lonely creature. This raises questions about the nature of evil and the humanity of the monsters. Overall, Beowulf is a complex and rich work that explores theme of heroism, mortality, and the values of a warrior society. Its moral lesson emphasizes the importance of honor, humility, and the understanding that even the greatest heroes are not immune to the passage of time and the challenges of life. Then, okay, I said not to ChatGPT, guys. Is the Beowulf story learns how to be brave when enemy arise? Then, ChatGPT says for me, yes. Oh, I think I understand already the lesson, guys. Okay, because ChatGPT says for me is yes. Because I said to ChatGPT, guys, is the Beowulf story learns how to be brave and how to be brave when enemy arise. Okay, guys, and then ChatGPT says for me, yes, the story of Beowulf indeed emphasizes the virtue of bravery in the face of adversity. Beowulf, the hero of the epic, is renowned for his exceptional courage and fearlessness when confronting powerful adversaries. His bravery is a central theme of the poem, and it serves as a model of heroic behavior in the Anglo-Saxon warrior culture. Throughout the poem, Beowulf faces a series of formidable enemies, including the monster Grendel, Grendel's mother, and a mighty dragon. In each of these battles, Beowulf exhibits great bravery and resolve. Here's how his bravery is demonstrated in the story. Number 1, guys. Confronting Grendel. Beowulf volunteers to confront Grendel, a monstrous creature terrorizing the Danish kingdom. He chooses to fight Grendel barehanded, demonstrating his unmatched courage. The second one is battle with Grendel's mother. After defeating Grendel, Beowulf continues his heroic quest by diving into the depths of the dark underwater cave to confront Grendel's mother. This battle is even more perilous, okay? But Beowulf remains undaunted. The third, guys, facing the dragon. Facing the dragon, guys, so that's the third one. In the final part of the poem, Beowulf, now an aged king, faces a fire-breathing dragon to protect his kingdom. Despite the odds and the realization that this battle may be his last, he confronts the dragon. He confronts the dragon. He confronts the dragon head on. Okay. The story of Beowulf teaches the importance of bravery and valor in the face of adversity. It conveys the idea that a hero should be willing to stand up against evil and danger, even when the odds are stacked against them. Beowulf's unwavering courage in the face of powerful enemies serves as a timeless example of the heroic archetype and has made the poem a classical representation of heroism and literature. Okay. I said not to ChatGPT, guys. History of fuck in relationship. Spread the word fuck, guys. F-U-C-K. History of fuck relationship. That's I said to ChatGPT. And then ChatGPT says for me, guys. ChatGPT says that the term fuck or F-U-C-K, the term fuck is a profanity and a coarse slang word used to refer to sexual intercourse. That's why that's a wrong term, guys, when you say the fuck, guys. That's the adult content, guys. I'm sorry for that. Its history and usage in relationships as well as in language is complex and varied. Here's a brief overview of the history and context of this word. Okay, the one, guys, etymology. The exact origin of the word fact is debated among linguists, and its etymology is not entirely clear. It has Old English and Middle English roots, but its precise history is difficult to trace due to its informal and often taboo nature. Taboo, spell guys. Taboo, taboo, nature. The second one, guys, historical usage. The word fuck has been in use for centuries, with recorded instances dating back to the 16th century or earlier. It has been used in various contexts, including literature to describe sexual acts or a vulgar expression of anger, frustration, or emphasis. The third one is, guys, taboo and controversy. Throughout history, the use of the word fuck has been considered obscene and offensive in many cultures. It remains a controversial term in contemporary society, and its usage is often regulated or censored in public discourse, media, and literature. Number 4, guys, in relationships. In personal relationships, the use of explicit language like fuck can vary widely based on individual preferences, comfort levels, and cultural norms. Some people may use such language comfortably in intimate or casual settings, while others may find it offensive or inappropriate. The fifth one, guys, evolution of language. Over time, language evolves, and words can change in meaning or acceptability, while fuck remains a strong and explicit word. It is used more casually in some modern contexts, particularly in informal conversations and certain forms of popular culture. The sixth, guys, is that communication and consent. It's important to note that the use of explicit language, including the terms like fuck, in a romantic or sexual context, should always be consensual and respectful. Communication is key for ensuring that both partners are comfortable with the language used during intimate moments. Okay? In summary, the word fuck has a long and varied history, and its usage in relationships and language can depend on cultural, personal, and contextual factors. However, it's essential to be aware of its potential to offend or discomfort others and to use it with caution and sensitivity. Especially in intimate relationships, clear and respectful communication is vital in any relationships, okay? Including discussions about language and sexual preferences. Okay, I said now to ChatGPT, guys, what is the real meaning of fuck, shit, gada, son of a bitch, bullshit, shitty, dickhead, in a slang words? Okay, you will know now, guys, what is the meaning of the following words here. Then ChatGPT says for me, guys, I understand that you're asking about the meanings of various slang terms that are considered vulgar and offensive. Please note that these words contain explicit language, and their use may be offensive to many people. I'll provide brief explanations, but I encourage respectful and considerate language in all communications. Number 1, guys, fuck. This is a highly offensive slang term, often used as a verb to refer to sexual intercourse. It can also be used as an exclamation or intensifier in expressions of anger, frustration, or emphasis. And the second, guys, is shit. This term is used as a noun to refer to feces or feces, guys. So don't use the term shit, guys, because that shit term is what you call feces, guys. That's, guys, feces or waste material. It's also used informally to express disappointment, annoyance, or to describe something of poor quality. And the third, guys, goddamn. This is a profanity used as an exclamation or adjective to express anger, frustration, or disdain. It is considered blasphemous by some because it combines the word God with the curse. Oh no, don't use the word goddamn, guys, because that's a curse word. Blasphemous for God, guys. Fourth one is the son of a bitch. This is a derogatory term used to insult someone, typically a man. It's offensive and considered disrespectful. That's why gold. Okay, that's why the term son of a bitch. It's all about the man, guys, that you don't respect. That's what the son of a bitch, guys. The fifth one is, guys, this called bullshit, guys. Bullshit, this term is used to call something false, deceptive, or dishonest. It's often used to express disbelief or skepticism about a statement or situation. For example, you're lying, and then that's called your bullshit. That's why. And then the sixth, the sixth one is shitty. Okay, shitty, guys, shitty. Spell shitty. Shitty. This is an informal term used to describe something as poor, unpleasant, or of low quality. It can also be used to describe a situation feeling as negative. For example, you don't like that thing. That is shitty. That's why. Okay? Yes. And then the next one is that dickhead. The seventh, guys, dickhead. This is an offensive term used as an insult to refer to someone who is unpleasant, rude, or obnoxious. Is a derogatory term referring to a person's behavior. Okay? And then please keep in mind that these words are offensive and should be used with extreme caution, if at all, in both, okay, formal and informal settings. Using such language can be disrespectful and offensive to others, and it's important to be aware of the potential consequences of using offensive language in different contexts. And then, okay, you ready? And now the conversation with ChatGPT. Okay, and then, okay, thank you for all the comments, feedbacks, and suggestions of you learned from my vlog for this entitled First Love Never Dies. And then see you again. Bye, ChatGPT, and hope you're gonna have a conversation again in many, many years come. Take it. Yay.